I don't.
You don't have one?
No. Can we stop this?
No, we're recording and we could just cut.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to let you know that I don't like the way this is going.
Why not?
As I think that before we get into housekeeping, we should introduce them.
But then once we get into introducing them, we're literally jumping right into it.
I know.
But they're going to be in the camera, so.
Yeah, but.
All right. Welcome to Put the Kids to Bed podcast. We are here today live. I'm Derek.
I'm Demi.
And we have some special guests with us today. So before we go ahead and get started, we're going to give them a quick little bio. And then we're going to go ahead and allow them to introduce ourselves. So first, starting at your point guard. No, I'm playing. We have somebody who works in the customer success business. Their hobbies are catching a vibe at home. Home goods.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Maxx, she's a Maxxinista. I gave it away as a she. Marshalls and Target, collecting perfumes. Shout out to her. We'll dive into that in a little bit. Decorating the home. I don't know if you guys have seen the Christmas decor and some of the different things. And fun facts. One of her favorite things to do is to clean. We have Audie Nash right here.
Hey guys.
Everybody give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
It's kind of cool. I'm introducing her and you can introduce him.
Well, I can't see.
You don't have the.
Excuse me. Okay, next. Mine has to be better. We have the illustrious CJ Nash.
You did it. Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about CJ.
Okay.
So for work, he's a supervisor in banking, AML investigations.
Ooh, that sounds like fraud.
He is the official foodie CLT. So if you're ever hungry,
go to my boy
your
Paige.
guy.
Yeah, it's plenty of times. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Some of his hobbies include running, spending time with family and friends, traveling, trying out new spots in the city, and a fun fact about CJ, he likes making steak, which I didn't know about you.
Yeah, I never had your steak before,
I
sir.
didn't know that you cook.
Oh, yeah, so I cook a couple of things.
Okay.
Steak is like my specialty.
Okay.
So I make it a fine, medium well.
Okay, I was going to ask
Only
how
salt
you like
and pepper,
it.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Seared on both sides. I can go all day about it, but it's
all day about the
like
steak.
Okay, so I feel like maybe the next time you're doing a video, you should cook a steak.
No, our next event at house.
Oh, and he'll cook. Okay, sounds good.
And I'll be the foodie for the steak.
That's cool.
That's cool. I'm a big.
I'm with
guy.
that.
The official foodie is also the official cooker, and the official taste tester will be
Boom.
there.
There we go.
Okay, so now I think we're gonna move into some housekeeping.
Housekeeping. You said you want to do highs and lows of the week.
Yeah.
I also want to do favorite Christmas gifts as well.
Okay.
If everybody here celebrates Christmas, but highs and lows of the week. You want to start?
Sure, I'll start. My high is that on Wednesday it was New Year's Day, and I didn't have to go to work. That was the highest point. Not celebrating the new year. Not that it's another new year. That I didn't have to go to work. High. Low. Low. I kind of have the post-holiday blues a little bit. I do feel like I'm a little bit overstimulated and kind of ready to get back to a routine. But I also like being able to like hang out with people, friends and family. It kind of gives you that excuse to just go full throttle. And now that it's over, I'm like, I don't want to put my Christmas tree away.
Yeah.
I'll do it for every season now.
You're going to just keep the Christmas tree up and just decorate it for spring.
Yeah, I'll put like baby chicks and like eggs.
Like an Easter tree and then.
First it would be a Valentine's Day tree.
Okay.
And then, no.
Yeah, this is getting insane already.
Yeah, let's go. Right. Let's stop right there.
Someone else.
Okay, highs and lows.
Okay, I guess I'll go next.
Yep.
My high for this week is that I haven't gone to work all week.
Oh, she one up me. She said, I'm a double it. I'm a double it.
So that is definitely a high for me. My low is that I did take down my Christmas decorations today, and my house is so bare, and I'm sad.
Womp, womp, womp.
But yeah, I also
How long
have
did
the
it take?
holiday
Did it take a
blues.
long time?
Not really, but now my house looks so weird because I got so used to my Christmas decorations.
Yes,
because they
So now
have
you
been
gotta
up since
redecorate.
November the 1st.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
yeah.
You ain't even get the Thanksgiving yet before
Oh
you
no,
put this shit up.
the second Halloween ended.
Are you gonna be? Do you decorate outside and inside, or are you more inside?
This year I just did inside, but
Okay.
next year I will
Outside.
be doing
That's what
outside.
she gonna have you.
Yes.
Are y'all the type to hire somebody, or are you going to be out there hanging them lights?
I'm gonna try it myself, but then I'm good to hit up TaskRabbit.
Right.
Hey,
Like, I would do it.
we did a
I did that a couple
TaskRabbit
of times
before.
already. So
Because
We didn't know.
you want it to look like you're gonna try to make it look right, but if
Yeah.
it don't look to your standard, then you're gonna be like, all right, I need somebody to
I
come.
didn't even know things like TaskRabbit existed, but then he got me a vanity and we opened the box and I swear it was like 200 pieces. We're like,
I'm gonna fuck it up.
who
so.
can I pay to do this?
Right.
Was it IKEA?
No, it was just Amazon. But
Still a lot
it
of
was like
pieces.
No,
so
it was
many
OD
pieces.
pieces. It was like a booklet. Now you know how the instructions be on 2 pages. Nah, it was,
was
a
like-
Yeah,
booklet.
get somebody else to do it. Get
Hell
somebody
yeah.
else to do it.
All right, what about you? Highs and lows.
highs and lows. High was definitely New Year's Eve. Like we watched 2 church services,
Mhm.
and that was like really really cool. Because honestly, I've never done that. I've
Mhm.
never went to church for Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
You know, I got
New
some
Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Sorry, New Year's
Christmas
Eve.
All the
Um,
Eves.
We'll talk about Christmas, New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, so that was really nice, and
Yeah.
then we just like chilled there and was up until like 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
took in the New Year's in a pretty good way. And
Yeah.
then lows, I would just say, I talked to her about this, but like not being in my groove of my normal, schedule,
Mhm.
that like messes with me.
The holidays messes that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
but I had to really pray about it and honestly say like, let me just enjoy
yeah,
the
Yeah.
time of
Yeah.
letting loose, so that it's actually a good thing, but it's a low too.
yeah,
Yeah.
like things closing down and
Yeah.
like all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because now I got a low. I was gonna say no lows at first. Highs of the week. Would definitely say being around family. I've been drunk like 4 out of 7 days, which is pretty
Unusual.
Yeah, pretty out of the ordinary, but I've been having fun. It's not
I've
been
been having
like
fun.
I had to pay for the drinks either. Really, like went at this place, I got drinks. I went this place, I got drinks. It was pretty fun, and being able to like do stuff with family and just like kind of kick back and relax, just like y'all said. Lows, I would definitely say being off schedule. Like even with my kids' school, like
Yeah.
this holiday, they're closed for this holiday. Then the karate is closed for the whole week, and then the school is closed this day. But now we have to take them on the days that we would normally like. Tomorrow, we're thinking about whether we want to take them to school or not.
Yeah.
Because it's Friday, it's like we could all chill, make our day easier. She's at the crib tomorrow, but at the same time, he already been at the house
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we paid
3-4
so.
days, and we paid
Yeah.
for it. So
Yeah,
like,
yes,
do I
yeah.
really want to wake up and just take him and then maybe go get him earlier, anything like that? So that's the low of the week. But other than that, it's been a good holiday season.
I think you wanted the last housekeeping thing to be our favorite Christmas gift.
Favorite Christmas gift. Let's let the guys go first. I'll start off with CJ with this
Go
one.
ahead.
So we did not do Christmas gifts this
Okay.
year.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Reason being, and you're gonna figure this out. Y'all probably already know this about me, but
Mhm.
I'm always gonna give the why for some strange reason.
Mm-hmm.
But we've just done a lot this year,
Y'all have.
and we're doing a lot next year. A lot of good things,
Yep.
beautiful things,
Yep.
tremendous things.
Yep.
Mhm.
But tremendous
What?
things.
Beautiful.
Tremendous things.
Billions and billions.
Billions and billions of things.
Billions of things.
But I guess like the holiday season kind of rolled up on us pretty
Yeah.
quickly, so we didn't even think about gifts. And it was like Christmas Eve. We was like, should we get each other gifts? And
Yeah.
it was like, nah, let's just vibe. And we hosted 2 times, so
Yeah.
And it's like,
three, yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but I kind of agree with that because even with us, it's like we got each other gifts,
We
but
fall victim to it every time.
But it's
Yeah.
like I knew exactly what he was getting me. He knew exactly what I was getting him, and we
Yeah.
tried the whole like, oh, don't look, let me wrap it. But it's at the end of the day, like it's our money, so
Yeah.
it's not like you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
even
yeah.
hide
It's coming
it.
out the same
That's
It's
true.
coming
account.
out of the
Yeah.
same account.
Crazy.
Like it's not even. So
I'm going into the store and then walking around the back of the car to put the gift in the car, but she got the groceries out, so like she seen the gift anyway. So,
But
is-
it is like I wish I was that mature. I feel like that's real maturity to like be able like to
No,
say
we're
like
not
I'm
doing
not
it.
doing it. I know that we have a lot of things planned. I could say yes, but I feel like deep down in the back of my mind I might be like, oh, you didn't surprise. We
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah, yeah.
We
No,
agreed. We
no,
agreed
it's
that
her.
we wouldn't.
It's
And then you
her.
didn't surprise
It's
me with a
her.
gift that you said you wouldn't get me. How dare you?
She will say
That's toxic.
She will say to the core, like, I didn't get you anything. I didn't get you anything. She did this to me before. I didn't get you anything. I didn't get you anything. So I'm like, cool. Like, we're making this decision that we're not spending money together. I wake up PS5. I'm like, bro, like
That's
I
love.
can't
That's
do
love.
like
Dang.
so now I'm fighting. I gotta go pull some shit off to like sneak around and get her and one of her. So like that's toxic, but it's a good toxic.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good
kinda
add at it. What is favorite holiday gift? I got a pair of UGG shoes. The Tasman boots, the little
Yeah.
those,
Oh, those are nice.
and I ain't had no house slippers.
Mhm.
So like I'm very glad that I have them because they're like my everydays. And I know like some people get sneakers or some people get shoes and they're like, I want to keep them on ice or I don't want to wear
Keep 'em
them
nice.
or anything like that. That's people be saying that for real. And I'm like, nah, these are gonna be like my everyday wears. And I needed a pair of shoes that I could wear that I'm not messing up like my sneakers. I feel like I wear the good sneakers too much and then I'll be like, dang, now I gotta go get a new pair. And
Yep.
which is not a bad thing, but like
Yeah.
trying to save some money.
I liked my perfume, which I heard someone had something to do with.
Mm.
Yes. So
Wait, which one did you go with?
The Kayali.
Period. The sparkling lychee?
Yeah.
Oh,
It smells so
that's
good.
the
It's a little bit
deal.
different than what she normally
yeah,
wears.
because
like,
I've heard of Kayali, but I only heard about the vanilla one, the
yeah,
vanilla
that
28.
Yeah, that one's hyped.
So you don't like it that much?
It's not my favorite vanilla.
perfume collector over here.
What is your favorite vanilla?
To be honest, I really like the Billie Eilish,
Mm-hmm.
and I also really like the Noise Unmute.
Always on mute. You hear that? If you want that sauce, if you want to smell good, Noise on mute and Billie Eilish.
She knows.
Yeah,
She
I know.
just has it.
Yeah. I wanted the Billie Eilish one, so maybe this is my sign to get it.
Yeah, maybe this is like a
But
little.
also maybe I should save money because we're talking about not getting Christmas gifts.
Nah, fuck it. We're gonna get it. That's our problem.
Yeah, we're always
we
just
say
like,
fuck it
we're
way
so-
too quickly.
Money comes and goes. You
Right.
can't die
Can't
without
die
your
with the
money.
money.
Right, that's
Exactly.
Our worst thing is when we say like, okay, we're going to a restaurant. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna drink water. We go in there. I look at the drink menu. She look at the drink menu.
Lemon drop
you wanna
shots, please.
Tequila.
You want a drink,
Good
please?
for Lennox and Levi.
Right, and then
Oh shoot.
facts. So cool. We got. I don't know how you're gonna do this, but we have rapid fire questions that we're gonna ask to both of you guys. And I don't know if y'all want to answer the questions together, or we get both of y'all answers.
Some of my questions are like partner involved, so
Okay.
I
So
feel like it's just like,
announce it before you go. Did you send me your questions?
I literally yes.
Okay.
When you
cool.
see my questions, you're gonna be like, "Why'd you even send me?"
we're gonna.
He asked for 10. I brought 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
So
you
on the
so
partner
much.
questions, do we have to like gather up secretly and then?
Nah, it's rapid fire.
No,
so you gotta give
you
your
just
first
have
thought.
to give your
Oh,
first
gosh.
thought.
Nah, I'm joking.
Okay.
Do you have
cool.
to partner up?
Y'all know my brain don't work like this.
Seriously, after a long day's work, but you didn't work this week, so
I put down my Christmas decorations and
Oh
then
yeah,
loathed
true.
in sadness because they
Okay.
are down.
Okay, I can give
She
it to you.
All right. Cool. We're gonna. Okay. Cool.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we answering the questions too?
No.
Okay.
Or do you want to
She
answer the
wanted.
questions? She wanted to answer her
She
own
wants
questions.
to be
Okay, we
included.
can answer the questions.
Cool, cool.
But I'm asking them, so I don't get to answer them.
Okay, I'll answer them for
Okay.
the both of us.
Cool. Rapid fire for all of y'all then.
Okay.
Cool.
Are y'all ready?
Go.
Favorite place you've traveled?
Oh, Portugal, Lisbon.
Yeah, Lisbon.
I'll go Cuba.
Cuba. Cool. Most attractive celebrity?
Ooh, that's dang. Rihanna. I don't know.
Rihanna.
Trey Songs.
Trey Songz.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Song you've been playing consistently?
Anything Don Toliver. I can't give.
You was
one.
bumping the
Yeah,
Don
yeah,
before.
Donnie.
I like
Everything Beyonce.
Beyonce. Crybaby.
Yes,
SZA.
the new
I already know
SZA.
Biggest fear?
Being crazy high.
Crazy high. That is
Okay.
that is a
That
fear.
is a
Like
Yes,
paranoid
yes,
high,
yes.
weak
Yeah.
coma. Yeah.
Birds.
Birds.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
afraid of birds.
Can I backtrack? I'm gonna get you high in Jamaica.
Oh my goodness, that's not
You done
happening.
mentioned it? You done
I
mentioned it?
promise.
I told you- I
It's
told
not
you he would
happening.
say that.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with death.
Yeah. You're afraid of that for real?
Petrified.
Mine is buried alive.
Oh my.
Why would anybody bury you alive?
But like, I think hell is when you get buried and you wake up in your casket and you can't go nowhere. That's my
So
depiction of
what
hell.
in Jamaica, we
would
can
that
like
happen?
plan at the beach to like bury you in the sand and see how it goes.
Well, do I got my neck up or like
We'll decide when we
No,
get
fully
there.
under the
submerged.
sand?
Are you
Fully
behaving?
submerged, bro.
That's crazy. So we get CJ high and y'all gonna bury me alive.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm not shaking on that. I'm not getting high. I'm not touching a lick of marijuana.
I'm gonna put a little in your drink.
No,
Sprinkle,
we're gonna
sprinkle.
spike them.
That's insane.
Let's cut that out.
Nope, too late. I put Molly on that champagne.
Oh,
Oh God.
Dang,
You know
bro.
it.
What is this turning? Okay,
Nah,
next
nah, nah,
question.
nah, nah.
Next question.
If you could take anyone's talent, who and what?
Shoot, I was singing, and I don't know who, like Chris Brown or something.
Singing Chris Brown.
I would say Oprah.
Oprah. What's the talent?
Everything she does.
Everything she does. Oprahism. All right, cool.
I would probably say like the people who can solve Rubik's cubes really,
Really
fast.
fast. Cool. That's a good one.
That's a really fun party trick.
Not the party trick.
Yeah.
That's
I
different.
mean, that's cool, but like how long or how
She
far
ain't
can
finna
that
get
get
no
you?
hoes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
She ain't
About
finna
to
get
say,
no
like,
I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 5 seconds.
Oh,
And you
smart
never
ass.
They're gonna be burning.
you never guess what.
Yo, rude today, face.
Cooking you all day.
Nah, that's kind of hard though. That's some real smart shit. I would be attracted to that. Like, if you put that out, I'd be like, oh,
how
look at this smart
fast
ass
can you
motherfucker.
build this Rubik's cube?
Yeah, because that's like a guy trick too. So if a girl did it and pulled it out of the box, that'd
pretty
be cool. Yeah. All right. Ass or titties?
What the?
Ass or titties? Answer the question.
Oh, them.
Both.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, if I would say both, but them cheeks.
You have to choose
Love them
ass.
cheeks.
I
Choose, girl. Stop acting.
I'm not
Stop acting on the podcast, bro.
I have to go with tits. I'm
Titties.
sorry.
Okay, cool. Tits. You knew what you wanted to say the whole time. You called them tits. You acting dope.
You
All
got
right.
me.
I'll have to say ass.
Ass over here too.
Ass over here too.
More likely to make it to
What?
church or brunch?
Church.
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 Sure.
Church.
Church.
Y'all lying like shit.
No, we're not.
We've been going to church.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would
cool.
skip a brunch.
I've
You would skip a brunch,
Yeah.
but you
been
would go to
going
church.
Yes.
to what is it called? Bedside Baptist.
Bedside,
Yeah, we have to lately,
Yes,
but
yeah.
we still haven't missed the service.
So
That is true.
Facts. As long as you, God know where your heart is. Honestly. All right. Big family or small family?
Small.
Small.
Oh.
Small.
in theory, big. In reality, small.
Yes. Like I like intimate settings, but like I do like being around family for short doses.
Yeah,
Like big family short
it's like
doses.
before I get there, I'm like, this is gonna be so fun,
Right.
and everybody's gonna have a great time. And then I get there, and within 20 minutes, I'm like,
Oh, time out. Hold
Right.
on. Y'all just moved the goalpost. I thought it was like the family that you're creating.
I was
not-
gonna rephrase
Okay.
the question after that as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So
Oh.
rephrase the question for y'all to functions, family functions, small intimate family functions, or big family functions.
Big.
Big family
Big family
functions.
function.
Big.
Right. And then for us, like when it comes to direct family, big or small?
I like big.
Big. I think I would like to have like a big family, or if not like a big family that is blood, like birthed by us or made by us, like at least people that are very, very close enough to be family. So when you have like dinner, you can invite your friends' kids and your
Mm-hmm.
friends and stuff like that. I feel like that's fun, and community is big.
And then wait, I thought we were also gonna ask, do you want to have a big family or do you want a small family? You don't
I
have
would
to
say
answer anything you don't want to.
small, depending on what small is.
Mhm.
I know, like growing up, I've always said like I wanted 3 kids,
Mhm.
but in reality, we're gonna once we decide to start growing our family, we'll try with 1 and see how that
How
goes.
that
Right.
goes, yeah.
I feel like 3 is like bigger nowadays.
3 is
especially, like,
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that's outnumbering the parents is big to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
true.
Streetwear, classy, or athleisure?
Ooh, I do a little bit of all
Everything,
3.
yeah.
I'm
Athleisure.
feeling really comfortable in the streetwear now.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you start learning how to like shop for
Yeah.
like comfort, but like also like knowing your dynamics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Autumn.
Athleisure all the way.
Athleisure.
I love a good legging.
I like athleisure for like day to day, but I can't lie. I do like getting dressed up and stuff and like
Mhm.
doing my makeup and stuff like that. But I'm the type of person, it has to be an event. Like, I'm not just like,
You be in athleisure and everywhere unless it's an event.
yeah, like I'm not waking up. Like some girls will like wake up and do their makeup for like
Absolutely.
hours and hours before work and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
For me, I would say classy. I like dressing up. Like,
You
that's
do
my
like dressing
style,
up.
honestly. Makeup / dressed up, or sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on.
You just asked us that.
No, I said, what is your style? So what would you like in your partner? Like, do you like it when your partner is dressed up, or do you like it when they in their sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with their makeup on?
Okay. You want to answer first?
Why I got to be the one to answer
Okay.
first? No, let's go. Yeah, that's
Why?
really tough though, because
You like both? Yes.
I like just the shirt on, the oversized tee.
The big T-shirt, yes.
The big tee
The moo-moo.
is lovely.
The Walmart
But,
moo-moo.
Amen.
but when she puts it on, no, it's nice too.
Yeah.
I will speak partially like regular and then partially sexually. Regular, but I'm talking about my wait. Okay, I'm answering the question the way listen, the way I want to be answered. The way I not about you, about myself.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes I like to be regular. But then sometimes I want you to want me to dress up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In both aspects. Like sometimes I
Like,
just
put
like
it on for me. Like,
yeah, like
kinda-
sometimes I like regular, just chilling. Like obviously day-to-day life, you have to just we're not like
But you like that
celebrities.
text, like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah,
and
but
put on some clothes
I
tonight.
like oh, we're going here, like dress up, or I got you this, I want to see you in that, or
Dress it up and make it real for me. Go ahead, you too.
It's about him.
Yeah, or did you
I
could-
just made it
she
my
made it
own,
her
so-
own, but like if you
I like when he dresses up.
Mhm.
I mean, I like when he's like in athleisure and all that too. But I
But
do like
you
to see him dressed up.
yeah. I would say for me, I like the sweatpants. I just like the cozy vibes, but at the same time, every once in a while, dressing it up is definitely important.
Yeah.
If your partner was trapped on an island and could only bring one thing, what would it be? So this is the partner question.
yes, this is the question. I was
She would
talking
bring me big time. I already know.
He said,
On lock.
"Nah, nigga, hey."
I like that answer. That was really different than
good.
I would have
That was
ever thought
gangster.
of.
That was real gangster. Definitely not. What about what would your partner bring?
I would hope me, but possibly his PS5 because
Oh my god,
he's been very heavy on his PS5 trying to be the head coach of Alabama.
Okay. You took Kalen DeBoer job? You said
Yes.
he lost 4. Get up out of there.
Yeah, man, he messing up.
I heard that. What about you?
I would say food.
Food.
Mhm.
I would bring food.
You would bring food.
Damn. What you trying to say? What you trying to say about
That
me?
you're not-
I can't hunt. Like,
no,
I
I didn't. I can't.
I can't hunt.
No, I just don't think that you would do very good surviving if you were hungry. You can't.
Damn.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Oh,
What's the
man, I need a
Snickers?
Snickers,
yeah.
Okay. I think
Anyway.
you would bring your phone. If you couldn't,
TikTok?
use it,
If I can't be on TikTok,
you would be finding somebody's hotspot on a deserted island. Y'all got Wi-Fi. You be asking the animals, do they know the Wi-Fi password?
have you guys ever heard of TikTok? It's like a little app, and you scroll it.
Or you would
They'll
have your
cut you up.
drafts.
They'll be like looking at you like, oh, you look like fresh meat.
Right. You would have your videos downloaded and you would know what's up. So you
Yeah.
can watch them over and over again.
Mhm.
And if the group chat ever get a little bit of frequency, you go that. Aspirations before getting married. Have you accomplished? Have they changed? I need you to embark on that question a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I did want to explain this question a little bit. So I kind of feel like you have your life planned out. Like, kind of people say, when I was a kid, I never expected my life to be this way.
Mhm.
But now that you have found your life partner, and I don't mean this in like, obviously, like you love each other, you're married to each other. So like, you found what you've wanted.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
turned out the way you want because like, this is your partner. But I'm just saying, like, when you think back to like maybe like 15 or 16-year-old you, like, what has changed about your life? What have you accomplished that you're like, dang, like I really saw this coming for myself? And then what's kind of different, or like what is something that has happened that you wouldn't really expect, like with your partner and even without, if that makes sense.
Deep question.
Go
That's a good
first.
question.
What?
You go first.
Gosh. That's a hard one. I can say, I guess because when we were younger, we had this whole timeline of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always say that like I wanted to be married at 24, wanted to have a kid at 26, and now I'm 28 and I don't have children, but I am married.
Right.
So that's something that like I thought would happen and it hasn't happened.
Do you feel like you're following the right path, or are you ever like, oh my gosh, like if I could just go back one day and get if I knew then what I know now? Or do you feel like every day, like, okay, I'm just gonna take it as the days come? And
No, yeah, I definitely just take it as the day comes because honestly, thinking back to when we were 26, I mean, that was when we got married. So we've grown so much since then. I'm glad that we haven't had kids yet because we're still kind of like working on continuing to grow and being 100% ready for kids.
You gotta be locked
So yeah,
in.
definitely just rolling with the punches of the day.
I think that's really important, like making sure that you're locked in with your partner before you just go ahead and get up and jump up to having kids and doing all that, because they're gonna stress you out, and then you gotta realize like we're not enemies right now. Like that's
That's the
We
enemy.
talked about
The
this.
baby's the enemy.
The baby is the enemy right now. Like,
Dang.
especially when we get like, for us with 2 kids, it's like when we getting dressed, or like when we all have to get up out of the house, and you gotta like wash both kids, and then like one of them has a temper tantrum, and like the other one is running around the house, and one gets lost, and then one falls off the chair, and then they're crying, and then it's like a whole plethora of stuff. We used to find ourselves getting mad at each other off of like just 45 minutes of getting ready, and then you start rushing. It's like, oh, this person's not gonna. These people will understand if we're late. These people won't understand if we're late. Right? So like, you gotta like know your audience as well, and like you're yelling at your kids, let's go, let's go, let's go. But like, yeah, you gotta know each other.
And you?
No, I mean, I kind of feel like, hold on, what was the original question?
Just like when you look back on your life, or like what you thought your life would look like when you were a teenager, do you feel like you've kind of hit those aspirations, or did your life kind of go in a path that you didn't really expect, whether good or bad? And I'm not meaning this question in a negative way. I know you've found your life partner, and obviously you guys are happy. I'm only saying like sometimes life takes us in different courses. Like,
It definitely
do you think that like this is where you saw yourself maybe 5 years ago?
I never put barriers or certain ages on when I was going to accomplish things or when things were going to happen. I just knew that I wanted to take, and I go by this in my life, make the next best step. So I knew at some point I definitely I wanted to find someone that I loved and I cared about. I didn't know when that was going to happen though. And I'm happy that it happened at the time that it happened, but also put myself in the right posture first to make it happen.
That's right.
So it was really cool. So I don't know. Everything has been happening how it's supposed to happen because I never put the parameters. I just wanted my life to be good. That's it. And it's been good.
I think the reason I wanted to ask this question is because like I've kind of always had a hard time like not envisioning the future, but just it almost comes off as like unmotivated, but it's not that. It's just almost like I don't even know what I want. So when I look at my life in like retrospect to like what I thought I would have, I've accomplished everything that I've always wanted to have. I have a family, I have a husband, I have kids, I have a home, I have a car. But then it's like when I think about how I felt when I was 16, I'm like, I don't even know what I wanted. And when I think about like my 26-year-old self versus my 36-year-old self, it's really hard for me to envision what life will be like within the next couple of years. But I've always had a hard time like seeing the bigger picture, and I've always been curious how other people get to their bigger picture.
Yeah. I think a big thing with that, with what you're saying, is just romanticizing your life.
Yeah.
Like your own life. Like when you go to the gym, like it's a movie scene.
Yeah.
You're in your own movie. That's why it's important to like put on that workout set. Put on those different things, those new shoes that you got that you thought you were going to use for athleisure. But you want to look clean in the gym, or when you're going out, like even if you're just going to get dinner with a friend, like putting on that outfit, going to have that drink or that that meal, or doing all the things that you can do with your life on a daily basis to romanticize it and make it like your own little Sims episode or Sims game.
That's actually a nice analogy.
It kind of is. Because, well, then you think about where people end up, or like everybody compares themselves to other people. So then I'm always curious, like, did you always want your life to be like this? Or like, did it kind of like the pieces just, I feel like for me, my pieces just kind of fell line. Of course, you're in control of your own actions, but sometimes I feel like I did stuff and I didn't even think about where it would, the consequences of it. But then I'm curious, are you more like a spontaneous doer, or are you like a planner through and through?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a mix of both. And just in the relation of like, I never had like a dream job. When I graduated college, I didn't have a clue
what I wanted to do.
I still don't have a clue what I want to do. I mean, I have like an idea now where I found like something that I'm really passionate about, and like I kind of want to pursue that this year. And I can say, like, at the beginning, it was hard for me because CJ absolutely loves his job. He didn't, obviously, like, when he went to college, he didn't know what he was going to do. But once he found that,
He
he
knew.
loves it. And, like,
Yeah.
he loves going to work. Like, he doesn't complain about not having a day off. Like, he loves it.
Better
And,
him
like,
than
that's
me.
way different than me. Like,
Caveat to
please
that.
give me a day off.
I feel like that's his mindset and about everything that he
It
gets
is,
put in
yeah.
the position
That's why
to
I
do.
wanted to
Yeah.
ask him this question.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued on how your brain works. I feel like you plan everything to a T, but I don't know your inner thoughts because I
Yeah.
mean, we're friends and we talk on a deep level, but not like where I could like pick at your brain. So let's just do a little deep dive.
Okay, so just put the spotlight on me. No, everything is planned to the T. One thing I will say is like, okay, if you want to talk about the foodie thing, like I didn't plan the extra stuff that has happened. I didn't plan that.
Mhm.
I just got into it and said I'm gonna do it 120%. That's all I said, and so I've been consistent with that. Like even she mentioned when I got into school, like I went and did accounting. That's what I was majoring in, and I got an A in the 101 accounting class. I was like, I don't want to do this. I need to find what else I want to do. So I was like very particular in, okay, when we have this event, I'm gonna go and talk to the person at the head of this finance department and see what I want to do. And they ended up leading me into the financial crimes thing, and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like I definitely think a lot about what I'm gonna do in life.
Yeah, I think planning and also life is really just like Uno. Like you get your deck of cards and you got to figure out a way to win that game. And if you don't win, you got to finish in second place.
Yeah.
If you don't, you just got to be competitive about everything. And I
Yeah.
think planning and kind of putting everything into perspective of how you need to move, just assessing a situation and being like, I feel like a lot of people get down when they don't get the things exactly what they want. But you really can't get down because you don't know when you're going to get exactly what you want. This might just be a stepping stone, and life has a funny way. God works in mysterious ways, as everybody likes to say. So I got this one last question for y'all really quickly. What inspires you?
You want to start? You've been asking all the questions.
Yeah.
You gotta answer something, man.
Yeah, I got my I story and like my why is definitely family, of course, being able to provide a lifestyle for my kids and my wife. I think that's very important. And I feel like once I had kids, I understood why money and why experiences are so important because of the different experiences people who have money have versus those who don't have. And like you can be rich in family, you can be rich in spirit, you can be rich in so many things, but if you don't have money, you can't take your kids to have this experience, whereas another couple or another family may be able to. And it naturally puts a lot of people at a disadvantage. And that's something that bothers me because I feel like classism is real in America. And I feel like we don't talk about that enough. But if you're in poverty, people are like, oh, well, some people make it out of poverty, but like that's a very small percentage of people who are extremely locked in. And then they find these resources like I hear on TikTok all the time, and I'm yapping right now, but who
Good yap.
King Yap.
yeah, but people who grow up poor, when they talk to people who grow up with money, and it's so many ignorant or like things that people who grew up with money say that they don't even understand what they're saying, and the people who didn't have that, didn't have those experiences, pick up on those things really quickly, and they often won't say it like, "Oh, you have this," unless you're like really close. But there's a lot of disparities between both of those communities, so I think that's my inspiration. I just want to be able to provide and give my kids and my wife as many experiences as possible, so that they can see, and even my folks as well. I want to continue to inspire them and try to push them forward to do things and have experiences. I'm done. 5 minutes later.
Top tier yap. Love it.
Y'all got me there though. Y'all wanted an answer.
That
I
was
gave
my
it to y'all.
question. Okay, I'll go. I feel like mine kind of relates to the aspiration thing, and why I obviously want the best for my kids and my husband, but I feel like that's kind of like surface level for me. I also just want to figure out like why I was put on this earth is every day, and I don't mean this in like a negative way, but I am just like a free flower. Nothing really bothers me. Nothing really irks me that bad.
That
I
so
just
bad.
kind of flow with the wind. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing in like an easygoing, like I can pretty much assimilate to any situation that I'm in. But it's also a bad thing because it's like, well, what do you want to do? And what are you here for? And what impact are you going to make? Like you can't just be another person when there's billions and billions of people.
Right.
So
You don't give a shit about shit though. And
yeah.
That I'm sorry, I ain't trying to, but that be irking me sometimes. Cause let me
Yeah.
tell y'all a story. Her
Nonchalant.
sister, we've been married for 2 years, but we've been together for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Her sisters did not know that she could cook until like this year. She been cooking her ass off for me like all the time, and her sisters be like, "Oh, you like Divvy's food?" I'm like, "Yes, that shit good."
Dang.
But when she like if it would invite them over or something, we would always like eat out.
Yeah,
or,
like just fall to the. I'm
fall-
never gonna be the person that's just gonna be like, I'll do it. I'll stand up.
Right.
I'll be
I'm
the
like,
leader.
Cook.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
me.
I'll be telling her when we invite friends over, I'm like, you should cook. Like, I want everybody
It's
to
just
taste
easier
your.
to order food.
I
It's
know.
way
Yeah,
easier.
but y'all
It's
have
just
it though.
easier.
You were the
Y'all
same
have
way
it.
about when
She can cook.
yes her ass
tail
off.
off,
'Cause the
bro.
food was good last time. What was that? She made spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it
she made spaghetti. She made some marry me chicken shrimp orzo.
Ooh.
That thing was off the chain.
Orzo.
I want to tell. No, I'm gonna tell all y'all.
I'm gonna
It
tell
was
all
off the
y'all.
chain.
It was-
all
I'm
y'all.
gonna tell you.
Off the chain.
All right, I need to have that orzo.
Okay, so the
Orzo.
orzo and the steak. We got you.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Damn,
sounding like
that's
family dinner. Okay, but yeah, just kind of like, why am I here? Please, someone tell me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need to know because this can't be it.
I definitely agree with both of you guys. Family definitely is what inspires me. Not only just like our family, him and I, but also like I want to be a light or an inspiration on my nephews. I just feel like they really need that, and I just want to be the one to like show them that there's more in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So just to continue to grind for them to be able to see that.
That's dope.
But then also yes, finding
Like a purpose, right?
yes. And I feel like I'm kind of getting into what my purpose is. It's just diving all the way in and not being scared.
It takes time.
Do you feel like, and I'm doing like the questions where it's like one, but then it's also 1A, 1B,
Mhm.
1C.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like it's hard? I feel this way. That's why I'm asking this. He's super motivated, super passionate, and I feel like that's CJ. And I'm motivated, passionate. I take care of the things that I need to do, but I'm never just like outwardly excited about things.
Yeah.
And is that kind of hard for you to be
Yes.
married to like almost the complete opposite? Because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, even though I know that I am, and I know that I'm like passionate about things and I'm excited about things. But then when you live with and you're like married to, and your partner is someone who is so outwardly passionate about X, Y, and Z, so consistent, so motivated, it gets a little bit like daunting a little bit
Yeah,
for
and
me.
him and I have definitely had conversations about this a lot. And he's like, well, so like, what are you passionate about? Like what? And I'm just like, you're stressing me out.
I don't know. I'm passionate about Target drive-up orders.
Right.
Honestly,
Literally.
can we just go to Home Goods maybe for a little stress relief?
And the same, that's the stuff that I hear. No,
Yeah.
literally, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Same.
But yes, it is sometimes hard, like being with
Yeah.
someone who is so motivated, because also I think him being so motivated, he feels like it's easy for everybody to be
Mhm.
motivated,
Mhm.
and like just having to have him understand that
Yeah,
that's
he's
not
like-
the case. It doesn't happen for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, it's like if I'm like, I want to do X, Y, and Z, he's like,
Do it.
so do it. I'm like, it's not that easy. I can't just do it.
Yeah. But we were thinking, you said something earlier, and I want to kind of that reminded me. It brought it back together.
Yeah.
You were like, you just like do it. Like there's
Yeah.
thinkers and then there's doers.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
seen something that was like, the people that are successful are not the thinkers, because the thinkers will sit and think about something for 10
Overthink
years.
everything.
Yeah.
For 10 years and never actually put the best foot forward to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, somebody who's operating at 50% of what that person is doing will do it
Mhm.
and just get
Learn
it
on the
done
way.
and
Yeah.
learn on the
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
And then it'll
Yeah.
actually happen for them because they just jumped off and did
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And it's important to have a balance. And I think that with both of our relationships, the thinking plus the doing
Doing.
makes a
Mhm.
good team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree on that.
Yeah, because sometimes you're so quick to like, well, let's just, and I'm like, wait, no, we need to.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Slow
We
down.
need to just. He's like, well, let's just. You know what? Tomorrow, let's buy a boat. I'm like, no.
Let's buy a boat.
Let's not.
Fuck it.
Buy a boat.
We will get the money back.
We're fine. I know you're bored tonight, but
We
please.
can rent it out. We can
Get
do
off, get off of
Sleep on it,
Yeah.
please. Not
yeah.
get off a Zelle.
No, we have
Did you
moved
say
once a
Zillow?
year.
Zillow.
We have moved once a year, and I think that's a tribute to me.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, let's go. Like, we got to move. Fuck it,
Oh,
let's
let's go.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Whereas
wanna do
I'm
this?
like, no, let's think about it. Let's think
Mhm.
about it and then think about it again. So
Yeah.
it's definitely.
Good teamwork.
Mhm.
But cool. We did have a. You about to say something?
I was gonna say the wrap it up
I
question.
think I didn't answer the question yet.
Oh,
Okay, my bad.
Ooh, clock it.
we-
Clock it.
No, I just
Clock
want to make sure.
it.
I want to be an active participant
Okay,
in
let's
the
go.
podcast.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
So, I need. Okay, what motivates me?
Yeah,
Inspires.
Inspires me.
Mhm.
Who? Like what or who? I only.
Both. All.
Both.
Yes.
Give your answer. This is your moment.
Okay, so who inspires me? I think who initially inspires me is my little brother.
Oh wow.
I love
and,
that.
and I say that in a way that, like, I know it kind of what she was talking about, the being a light.
Mhm.
Like, I know that my little brother has always looked up to me. I know this. Like,
Mhm.
he didn't even have to say it, and I
Mhm.
know he does. Like now he says it.
Yeah.
But I just want to be the best that I can be for him, but also like being the best that I can be for my wife, for my eventual children. Not my eventual children. Is that a eventual word?
Adventure children, like
my eventual.
eventual children.
Eventual children. Okay, that makes
I
sense.
don't know. That doesn't sound
Yeah,
right.
it
it's a
doesn't
word.
sound
It's a
right.
word
Our future
today.
kids.
I'm making my
Future
own
kids.
English.
My eventual children.
Eventual.
English Spanglish.
Add that.
You know when
add
you
that
say
to the-
someone's name too much and then their name starts to
Sound
smell like
wrong.
mush in your
Yeah,
brain?
yeah.
That's what eventual is doing to me right now.
Eventual.
Okay,
What is-
let him finish.
I'll put a little
I'm trying to
caption.
get English together first. Hold on, let's back up. The children in the family that I will eventually have.
There we go.
Eventually.
But also, like, you kind of touched on the money thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just making money, but being like a good steward of my money. That's a
Yes.
big thing for me. It goes back to what I've seen in my life. I'm not
Mhm.
going to get into it, but I just want to make it and keep it
Mm-hmm.
so I can pass it down successfully to my children.
Yep.
Obviously, things are going to happen in life for sure. But just always want to set up myself, my wife, my children up for the best future possible. That's what means a lot to me.
Would you ever do a financial literacy class?
I would actually during. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. So during COVID,
Yeah.
I was having calls with people and helping them learn about what investing in stocks is. Like I didn't do it for them. That you got to have a certain certification for that or whatever. But I was teaching them about what stocks is.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I would love to do that in the future. I'm not pressed to do it, but if people ask me, I'm open
Down to
to
help.
helping out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would be interested.
Definitely.
Let's do it.
Asking for a
We
friend.
can make it happen. Family counseling. For real. All right, and we have a wrap it up question. So the wrap it up question of the day is: do you think having married friends is beneficial to your marriage? And that is the question coming from the Nashes to us. So I feel like it'll be healthy if we answer that first. So
Okay.
do you want to start? Or
I
you-
will start.
Cool.
I feel like, of course, it's beneficial because it's like you have to see people who are, modeling or exemplifying the things that you want. I mean, I'm not a big believer in birds of a feather flock together because you could be my homegirl up and down, and I might even entertain your nonsense, but that doesn't mean that I'm
Don't
going to
say
get my.
might. You will entertain the bullshit.
But that doesn't mean that I'm going to get into it. But I do think that you need to see good role models and you need to be around people who you want to, emulate, not in a bad way, but, just, be around what you want to be. But I also think you need diversity.
Mhm.
You need different opinions.
Mhm.
You can't, I feel like if you're in a group full of married friends, well, then you're only seeing one point of view. In a group full of single friends and you're married, well, that's also kind of, well, what do you need to be
Yeah.
with all the single people
Right.
for?
Yeah.
So I feel like a good mix of both, but you definitely, I don't want to be in all one group or all the
Yeah.
other group.
Yeah.
I want to be a mix so that some people can look up to us. And
Yeah.
I want to have older married friends and I can look up to them. And I
Yeah.
want to be able to like help a younger couple out, you know, like same for my single friends. And then some things that they get to do, I'm like, well, I'm married, so I'm just gonna let
Yeah,
you
let
do
you
it.
go
But I'm
ahead.
still like, I get to like, you know, hear about your stories and
Right.
stuff like that. So I feel like
Exactly.
a
Be
mix of
careful.
both.
You're gonna sound like an old head.
What?
Talking like that. Y'all kids go
Y'all?
ahead. Have a good time.
I'm at home with my husband.
No, I like that. It's like,
I feel like yes, it is very important. And speaking to the diversity, having older married couples, younger married couples, and I have a phrase that I say: use people for what they're good for. And I think a lot of people think that has a negative connotation, because it says use people for what they're good for, but like you're not using them in the sense of like actually using them and benefiting from them while they benefit nothing. I feel like you're using their perspective to help age your life. And you're using some of the experiences that they've had to help age your life so you don't go through some of the same things. So when it comes to like married friends, younger and older, and the ones that are right around the same pathways as you, I feel like there's a lot of experiences people go through at different times. For example, like y'all bought a home before we bought a home. And that's completely fine because you always say, like, when y'all are ready to take that step, you have somebody that you can reach out to. And then
most
going
definitely.
vice versa. Like, we had kids before y'all had kids. So when y'all have kids, y'all can always lean on us or ask a question or like if y'all need support, it's always like, hey, can I drop my kid off? And just having that person would
I love it.
will always be helpful. So you want to have that. You want to have single friends who you can kind of get perspective from, because at the end of the day, as men, as women, you always wonder what's on the other side. So hearing that from single friends, hearing about how this girl did this to them, or like when I be talking with the homies in the chat and they just be like, the dating pool is so trash.
I can say sometimes it is kind of like a well, dang, I'm glad I
got
such a
my
relief.
guy.
It is such a
Sometimes
relief.
you're like, oh, I'm annoyed, my
Yeah.
husband, and then you hear about what your single friends are going for, and I'm like, oh, you know
Never mind.
Yeah.
what? You know what? This isn't so bad.
Yeah, so the diversity is very, very good, and being able to have married people who can mentor and pour into your life. And it seems like a lot of the times too, in terms of just frequency, like being on the same type of timing, like being able to do trips together, or being able to go places together. And I say this to her all the time, like, I'm not going out of the country with my single homies. Like, it's no purpose for me to go out of the country with my single homies, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna be put in positions the entire time that test me, and then at that point, it's not even gonna be fun. I'm just gonna be wanting to be in a crib. So like, I'll do a domestic trip with the homies, but I'm not going out the country with the homies, because if I'm going out the country, you know.
Let's turn to this other side of the room now.
All I'm saying is,
Oh my!
world.
what?
No,
You're
it's
insane.
cool. No,
Okay, let's
it's
go.
funny. It's funny.
You don't be okay. I'm sorry.
I'm mind blown right now over here.
I'm mind blown.
You know how it be when you out the country and you with your lady. You gotta use the room.
Use the amenities.
You got to make it happen.
Goodbye.
Exactly.
All right. And you guys?
I 100% think that having married friends is beneficial to our marriage. I can say for myself, I grew up with a single mom, so I didn't have that like
View.
yes,
Eyesight.
yes, of what like marriage should look like what a wife looks like. So being able to see that in my friends or even like my friends' parents has been something that's really helped me to be able to prepare to be a wife or to be a wife in general. I definitely can say like having our married friends has been so amazing. Like, because every time we get together, we always somehow get into like a deep conversation where like we're just picking each other's brain at like certain situations or like all that stuff. So I think that that's really beneficial. But I can also say having our single friends as well is also good, because we can be a role model for them, but we can also like have those conversations as well.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say it's very, very beneficial. But I also want to say that just having single friends, it will never work if you're married. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Just single friends.
Yep.
You need to have that balance, because they're just not going to understand the things that you're talking about. Like, I mean, it's so many different topics, but like they're just not gonna get it,
Mhm.
you know, and
Yeah.
you can't blame them for not getting it.
Because
They're
they
just
just
not in the
don't know.
situation.
They just don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
always like, what's the difference being married versus being in a relationship? And I'm just like, you can't even explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing changed. It's almost like a
Mm-mm.
birthday where you're a year older, but you feel the same. But then it's just like the stakes are so much higher. So you
Yes.
put so much more into it. And it's so much more of like a glory to God and signifying
Yeah.
certain things that
Yeah.
like it just feels so much more sacred
For
than
sure.
like a relationship where you could just, you know what, I don't like this anymore, I'm gone.
Just
Well,
pack up and
now
leave.
I've made
Yeah.
vows. I've made vows to you. I've made
Facts.
vows to God. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just like the stakes are higher
Yeah.
paired with like, okay, we have a lot of assets together, so you can't just
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's real.
Let's think
I think
this
that's the
through
big
first.
that's the big part about it though. Like that's why marriage is very important as well. Like when you kind of step forward and kind of collect those assets together and start to, it's not so easy to just, and that's why sometimes I feel like a lot of people run away from like marriage and stuff like that, but you gotta like take those leaps forward
It
to
really
be able
does
to
hold
like
you
hold
accountable.
your partner and accountable. I be talking about this all the time, like, but as a guy, when you wear a ring, you have to change the way that you move low key, because
Yes.
you can't just be friendly with people with a ring on. You
Yeah.
you
Right.
begging to get taking a video or taking a
People
picture
gonna look
of.
at you crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
like what
Yeah.
are you on? She ain't got no ring. Why you doing this? Or like, so it's just different perspective and different things that you have to watch out for. But
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Well,
once again, thank you guys so much. We had a great episode. We enjoyed you guys
yeah,
dearly.
we
Thanks for having us.
definitely enjoyed the insight, the
And-
carrying on.
Yeah, we've been talking about making this happen for a little bit. So we're glad
yeah.
that they were able to join on episode 3.
Missed you last week for the holiday, but we won't let it happen again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So thank you guys once again for tuning into the Put the Kids to Bed podcast.
Podcast.
We are your hosts, Derek and
Dimmy.
see you guys later. Happy holidays.
Peace.
Bye.
Ooh, that was a lot of
I
talking.
don't want to talk anymore.
That
the
was a
rest
lot of
it.
yeah. That was
though.
good. That was good.
Really good.
It's always like I never know how it's gonna go, and then you